What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another Beta Memoirs. In today's episode, we did well. Considering what has been going on, it looks like that might have been the dip. Today, I was actually looking for that 430. Coming into today, I talked about this yesterday. I wanted 430 essentially to be protected on SPY. If we could hold that, I thought we were going to run today. A lot of mid cap and banks ran today. You also had some huge moves from Shop and from Chipotle after earnings. So where do we go from here is the question we're going into tomorrow. Now, tomorrow, again, this is only the start of earnings. We had Texas Instruments and Whirlpool after hours today. Tomorrow, we're looking at Cliffs, AT&T in the morning. Then after the bell tomorrow, we got Intel, Snap, and Twitter to follow it up. We also got Southwest in the morning, as well as Crocs in the morning. But we do have Del Taco tomorrow after the bell too. So there's still a lot of restaurants. I know travel and leisure really had a comeback today. Something I was looking at the other day. Surprised I actually didn't take a position in it. I've been kind of really picking and choosing. I've been a lot more pickier lately with the particular moves I am making, only because I am wary if this was an actual bounce, a recovery bounce, considering we were so high. Then I remember when I actually looked back at this move, this SPY move down overnight was huge. And so it was good to see that we held today. We did push quite a bit over the past 3 days, so I'm actually expecting some kind of a pullback tomorrow. Again, the ultimate question is that pullback going to hold that 430? As long as we don't give way to 430, I think we're good. And we'll go back to all-time highs. Yes, we'll get some resistance on the way up. But ultimately, we've been kind of buttering through all that resistance, which is good to see. QQQ in itself, it broke back over and broke up today. It was actually kind of concerning today because I was watching this to see if it would break. It took a while. It seemed like forever for QQQ to break back over this. There was a lot of false breakouts. I know I was watching Apple. Apple looked like it was ready to go. It didn't go. Facebook was actually another one that looked like it was ready to go, but ended up actually going later in the day. I do have a watch list for tomorrow. Tesla, Amazon, Facebook, and Chipotle. Again, we got earnings next week. That's why I got a lot of the FANG stocks. And considering everything that's going on, I like to be in these particular stocks because of not only the major movement that they have, but of their resilience, especially when the market starts to go down. They bounce. They are the first ones to bounce back when that does happen. Now, Tesla has been kind of a disappointment. I'm not going to lie. Over the past couple months, really, ever since February, it died off. We saw 400s at some point, I believe it was. I believe we actually got down to 450. To be honest, at some point this year. Trying to think. Maybe it was only 550. Maybe it was only 550 this year, but we did dive down pretty deep, and we've kind of just been floating back and forth between that 550 and about 780. So being said, there's a lot of consolidation going here. It is one I've always truly liked, but at this point, it is patience really is key. But I think there's better plays. Tomorrow, the earnings, maybe earnings will break us out of this 709 mark and get us to shoot up. But ultimately, today, I did play this morning today. I did scalp this move today. It looked like I wanted to go and then just gave way. I believe there was some China news that came out. I don't recall what exactly it was because that actually caused Apple to give up when it looked like it was getting ready to rip out the gate as well. But Tesla. So Tesla tomorrow, I want to see if it holds this 656. This was a key point yesterday I was talking about for it to break. It took a long time to break it. Then it kind of got over, retested it, actually slammed straight through it, and then came back up. So it'd be interesting to see where this is tomorrow. I think The movement on this is going to be minimal. Maybe not really minimal, but ultimately because Tesla can move about $30 out of whack. But being said, I think we could get a move to 680, possibly try to attempt to go for 7 going into earnings. Now, breaking 7 is something I don't think is going to happen at this point. Earnings is on Monday. So being said, I think that's about as far as we're going to get if we do get that far, but something I want to keep on watch. Now, Amazon is the other one I have. Amazon was actually consolidating. I did play this. I scalped this twice today, and then it looks like after hours it tried to push, but again, it's getting denied. It's kind of being kept in range. What I'm noticing about all these FANG stocks, they've been kind of being kept in range. They have massive pushes, what I've talked about the other day. They did have massive pushes. Now, are we going to die off and just wait here until earnings, which is very much possible? And what I'm starting to think is what is going to occur. But the strength is there. It was good to see value stocks. It's good to see travel, leisure. It's good to see the banks in themselves have strength. So that is definitely something good to see. We don't want to just have tech run, because then you could possibly consider us in a bubble at that point. So we definitely wanted to see that happen. So it's just a rotation back into tech. Maybe they're waiting on earnings and then moving from that point. But we'll have to see. Still cautious about what's going on. I don't want to get too hyped up and take bigger positions, and then these things just die out. Chips also played a huge part as well today, even though I don't have that listed. But we can look at chips at the end of this video as well. Facebook, I think, is going to try to reattempt to go for that 357 mark tomorrow. That's why I wanted to bring it up. I finally got through a lot of the support, which is something I was concerned about. But yeah, it's ultimately key if we're going to. I believe Facebook is on Wednesday next week. But it's ultimately key to see if we go and retest this and get slammed back down. Could be a possibility, but even still. That's a big move for Facebook in itself. Tomorrow, the contracts play well. That's why I like to play Facebook. And so being said, I want to keep Facebook on watch to see if, as long as we hold above this 345 mark tomorrow, I think we could get a nice bounce out of this and try to reattempt that 356 mark, 357 mark. Breakouts, I don't know. Breakout is going to be hard at this point. I think we're way too close to earnings at this point for it to break out from there. I think the market will wait. I think all selling will hit as soon as we hit these markers. And it has been doing that every time it tries to hit this all-time high. It just sells off. So that's something to be mindful of tomorrow. CMG has had a monster earnings, and today had a monster move. Just ridiculous. This was on watch this morning. I did watch it here. It didn't even pull back at all today. It held the top of that close to that pre-market high, and then it just jetted from that point. And by the time I looked back at CMG, it was already gone. But CMG definitely monster move today. I'm looking for the continuation tomorrow. I mean, they destroyed earnings. This thing can, I think, really go. I believe Kramer also was talking about CMG today as well. And then Shop was the other one. I don't have Shop listed, but I've been playing Shop a lot more lately. Shop also had a monster move today. I just got that price target for 2,000. I think any kind of dip on this, I'm going to look to try to get in. It is high, but Shop is definitely one of the ones that's very cutting edge, and I do believe in what their product and service, what they provide. So being said, I think any kind of pullback tomorrow, right? As long as the market doesn't crap out, I think Shop could be a good one as well. NVIDIA is one I did take a leap in this one. Not a leap, but I do have one for December. Now, being said, this I think can really rock it tomorrow. I think chips in itself, AMD started getting it together. Yes, today, and started ripping back up. I think the chips are going in play going into tomorrow. It's something definitely to watch. If they are, I can see AMD and NVIDIA rocketing as well. They're not my favorite to trade. Even NVIDIA, I took this trade solely on the fact that I do believe in the company a lot. The fundamentals are there for me on the NVIDIA. And for me, it's more of whether it's just a stock split. I was looking to get leaps because getting them at discounted prices. Instead of getting a leap in itself, I got something a little bit closer in December, so that gives me enough time. I think chips will have a bigger run going into the Christmas. But ultimately, if this thing really starts getting parabolic, I won't be staying in it all the way till Christmas. But I want to see what's in store for the next couple months. So being said, that's pretty much what I got. Remember, manage risk. This market has definitely been, it's different, right? There's a lot of money in the market, and nobody has been through a pandemic before. Nobody has seen what the market can do. Even though it seems really high, that's one thing to keep in mind, is it can still go. There is more money than ever before, right? And so that being understood, there's still more money that can go out for stimulus checks, right? I believe there's still like 3 more stimulus check money that's been sitting and approved. I think it was essentially allotted for businesses and nobody's taking it. So if that gets reallocated, there could be even more money being pumped in the market, especially if there's any kind of fear as far as it comes to other variants and everything like that. So keep that in mind. Don't go crazy. Manage risk, right? You want to live to see another day, ultimately, is what we are about here. But if you've watched it this far, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.